Getting a new pill from a petri dish to a patient is a logistical nightmare of paperwork and regulatory hurdles that dwarfs the science itself. Most pharmaceutical companies manage this by either building massive, slow-moving compliance teams in-house or by hiring incredibly expensive US-based regulatory and marketing agencies, a billion-dollar drug launch for years. Yet an India-based tech firm founded in 1998 has managed to solve this bottleneck so effectively that they've captured all 20 of the top 20 global pharmaceutical giants as clients. That company is Indegene. They've built a financial footprint that includes over 1,500 crore rupees in cash reserves, fueled by a client base that is growing more concentrated and more profitable every year. Indegene achieved this total market capture by engineering a B2B business model that exploits the industry's biggest operational weaknesses, making their services structural rather than optional. The initial penetration strategy relies on enterprise medical solutions. Indegene starts by taking on the dense, unglamorous grunt work of regulatory writing and clinical documentation. This isn't work for generic IT consultants. It requires deep medical expertise. Indegene employs over 10,000 scientists, medical writers, and regulatory specialists. Delivering these complex medical services primarily from India allows them to undercut legacy U.S. competitors like IQVIA by 40 to 60%. This chart compares Indegene's valuation against its global peers. While Indegene trades at about 3.5 times its revenue, a dominant U.S. platform player like Veeva Systems trades at 25 times, highlighting just how much room Indegene has to grow. Winning these initial, low-cost regulatory contracts functions as a Trojan horse. It proves to the pharma company that Indegene can be trusted with their most sensitive compliance data. Once the trust is established, Indegene pivots from medical writing to enterprise commercial solutions. This is where the business achieves real scale. The commercial division handles the marketing, everything from digital asset management to global engagement strategies for newly launched drugs. This document shows the commercial side now accounts for 70% of Indegene's revenue. Moving down, we see this land and expand model in action. Active clients grew to 91, while highest-paying clients jumped by 30%. This deliberate expansion transforms Indegene from a disposable outsourced vendor into a core structural partner for every major drug launch. The final phase of the model creates inescapable vendor lock-in by embedding proprietary software directly into the client's daily workflow. Their primary lock-in mechanism is a platform called Tectonic, a generative AI engine uniquely trained on the specific regulatory terminology and brand guidelines of the pharma industry. This creates a funnel where an initial documentation contract evolves into a multi-million-dollar software ecosystem. Replacing Tectonic would be an operational nightmare. A pharma company would have to retrain entire global teams and rebuild their regulatory compliance pipelines from scratch. By the time the contract matures, Indegene has installed an essential digital nervous system that cannot be extracted with significant risk to the client's compliance. If generative AI is widely available, pharma companies could eventually use models like GPT-4 to write content and fire Indegene. But in life sciences, that threat is a mirage. Raw AI output cannot be legally submitted to health authorities with massive human oversight to ensure patient safety. This section of the investment memo confirms that pharma companies are choosing to buy these AI capabilities through Indegene rather than building them internally, with the company already scaling to 5 paying Tectonic clients in a year. This transition has moved Indegene from a specialized agency for hire to an integrated software platform that controls the data flow for every stage of a drug's commercial lifecycle. The most indestructible business models are built by fusing deep domain expertise with structural integration, embedding your company so deeply into a client's workflow that their business simply cannot function without yours.